Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Leah Catherine and this is Leah Sees Movies, back with the next episode of Young Justice. Last episode, McGann made an enemy out of me for the next 3 to 7 episodes. I pick favorites and I hold grudges. I admit that freely. So I'm not sure if the showrunners consider it something that needs like a mini redemption arc, but like I do. I want some teamwork. I want her to show prioritization. I need some growth past that one's cute. It really bothered me, which if you've watched my last video, you know. So I hope we get to see a little bit. I guess I'm picking on her a little bit, but the team as a whole, I just really want to see them come together and like not quite be so split up along really predictably teenage but really annoying lines, which is just like McGann likes Superboy, Kid Flash likes McGann, Artemis doesn't really like anyone. I would probably say Artemis probably likes Aqualad, you know, at least respects him a little bit. You know, Robin and Kid Flash are friends more than the other ones because they actually knew each other first. I want the whole team to work better, but McGann specifically, I am watching you. I was predicting that this episode would be Artemis focused, but going off the thumbnail, it looks like it's going to be Speedy. So it was, you know, it was an Archer. I was like half right. Well, yeah, with that, I'm going to stop talking. Let's get started.
Cat Grant reporting from Taipei, where the
Hey, Cat Grant! I watched the first season of Supergirl.
Broken down. Prime Minister Tseng of South Malaysia and North Malaysia's General Syngman Lee have agreed to
this isn't Korea-like at all.
But the Man of Steel seems unlikely, as I'm told the arbitrator is due to arrive by car.
I need access to the Justice League's database and the exact height of the League of Shadows assassin known as Cheshire.
Oh, the exact height of everyone in the League of Assassins.
She is 5'6" and exceptionally dangerous.
Please, the last thing I need is the Junior Justice League.
Oh, dude, shut up. You're playing Secret Service and also calling the Junior Justice League for intel, so...
Good luck, my friend. Aqualad out.
I see why Colton Haynes was cast to play him. Like, the pure Jackson energy this dude gives off. Premium casting. Okay, aren't assassins supposed to be subtle? This is very much taking from the Bucky playbook of everyone can see you. I will say the actual Secret Service assigned to this person sucks. Cause she came up with like a bazooka and they were just like, Heh.
We are mystery arbitrator.
Is it Bruce Wayne? No, worse. Whoa, dear, Lex, Bruce Wayne wouldn't make like logical sense because of his outward persona of sucking, but at least you'd be like, oh, somehow Batman like weaseled his way into the scenario and like that made sense to me. Lex Luthor, I guess weaseling his way into an international incident also makes sense to me, but you know, a lot less positive vibes on that front. She seems super chill about being arrested. She's gonna break out in 7 seconds.
This one's Green Arrow's pal, Speedy.
It's Red Arrow now.
He must be questioned. Lex Luthor vouches for him, Captain. Really?
He just...
Sidekick.
I mean, the thing is, with a sidekick, you had all of the legal rights that goes with being associated with Green Arrow. Not that being a vigilante. Anyway. But somehow... he's just like, no, I'm not quite a superhero. I'm not like on the official roster and I refuse to be affiliated with them. But please understand, I'm the good guy here. I should not have to listen to laws.
Hiring assassins, Lee? Had you no one among your own troops to do the North's dirty work? I need an assassin thing.
Somehow I don't think any world leaders are just gonna like get in a straight argument on the staircase in front of tons of cameras, but that's just me.
Why should either side trust you? I've got intel linking LexCorp's shell companies to the sale of weapons in both Malaysias.
War income is pocket change compared to the billions to be made investing in a peaceful, united Malaysia.
Cheshire failed, but the League of Shadows won't stop until the contract is fulfilled.
Which does beg the question.
Who hired the League, yeah.
And were you really the target?
This is like the most Caucasian Lex Luthor. I don't know, all the other Lex Luthors had a hint of racial ambiguity. This one feels pretty white.
I have a hemisphere to save.
I might cut that, I don't want to get yelled at. Where's the Justice League? I feel like they would be keeping an eye out on this. They're not like, well, Speedy's got it.
Jealous much?
Allegedly, this is not a giant hamster. Disappointing.
Oh, I spent hours choosing this outfit. What do you think? Meet Megan Morse. What's your new name?
My what?
I chose the name John Jones for myself and suggested John Smith for Red Tornado. You could be a John too.
Everyone can be a John.
Pass.
Connor's always been my favorite name.
The last name will also be required. Perhaps Kent.
Oh, in memory of Dr. Fate.
Yes. That's exactly what I meant.
Time to change your shirt. You don't want to reveal your identity.
That's her hours of out. Okay. She looks like Penny Proud.
Work.
Works for me.
He really just turned his shirt inside out and was like, did I do it? Incognito, baby. Also, not getting into the whole I don't recognize Superman if he's not wearing glasses thing, is anyone gonna be like, yo, that teenager looks exactly like Clark Kent? Like, exactly like him. Was there like a teenage pregnancy situation? What's going on? Where does one acquire a Cheshire mask? Asking for myself.
The Peace Summit or Luthor himself?
2 birds, 1 stone. Hey, where are your little sidekick friends?
We could probably get a green robe somewhere.
Especially our archery girl.
They aren't in my league.
And do you think you're in mine?
No.
Oh, it had to be you.
Yes, they're different people. Guardian and Sportsmaster aren't the same person. I was told that, okay? But in my defense, they're kind of generically drawn white men. What do you expect from me? But yes, one has brown eyes, one has blue eyes. I couldn't tell at first. Where did she get the weapon from? Did they not frisk her? Whee!
That's a point.
I want that arrow. I mean, of course it was a tracking arrow. What? Rookie move from the League of Assassins to be like, yeah, let's just leave this thing hanging off our copter. I'm sure there's nothing suspicious happening.
The evening's agenda was to create strife between nations, not my assassins.
Doctor Strange? I know, it's... Leave me alone.
Luthor has been a thorn in my side for too long.
Ra's al Ghul. That's how you pronounce it, right?
Ghul.
Oh, Raish. My bad. Really? A pole vault?
Everyone's got a gimmick now.
Well, now what, archery boy? What if it was like Robin and it just like formed into an even tinier bow? He was just like...
Red arrow now. More like broken arrow.
Okay, well, I see we don't hire you for jokes.
Explain this.
What? I don't think he likes my shirt.
Seriously. They just
Your shirt's
let Superboy out into a high school with absolutely no prep whatsoever.
Someone's fine.
I see the hair puffs. Bumblebee, 'tis it you? Will it be you? Now that I guess you're the only character who could have afro puffs, but superhero show.
I'm Wendy. I was new last year, so I know how hard it is to fit in, but you look like instant Bumblebee material to me. Cheerleaders.
There we go. I knew it. Again, how many javelins can one person reasonably carry around with them? Like, I get that it's a gimmick, but that's so annoying. It's like, well, wait for me to get this shot put ready. Terrible assassins, confirmed the body. Also, is Superboy really that mad because he's not allowed to wear his Superman shirt?
It's me. I may possibly be in over my head.
I mean, yeah.
Ra's al Ghul himself.
I can't say I'm surprised. Ra's is something of a competitor of mine. Oh, if the shadows think you're dead, maybe we can surprise them.
I've got a better surprise.
Teenagers?
The two Relasias are looking at an out war before morning.
Looks like a VHS on the TV. This is accuracy. Look at that cart.
Mr. Carr, it's better than fake Asia. 1855 and ruled by the Bokun dynasty until it was divided by the great powers into North and South Relasia after World War II.
Very good.
Yeah, why do they need to send him to school if he's like, if he just knows everything?
It's no different on Mars. The white Martian minority are treated as second-class citizens by the green majority. Of course, I'm green, but that doesn't make it right.
She's like, I'm the oppressor, but like a sympathetic one. Y'all look like brothers.
Still share an appreciation for many things, such as the exquisite art of the Relasian tea ceremony.
Cheshire.
All right. That looks much cooler than it did before the cut. They definitely zoomed in on his like face.
It's over, Cheshire.
You would think so.
There's just like a teenager in jeans at a international peace summit. Now when it says shouting in foreign language, did they just make Asian sounds or were they like, we're gonna speak Korean and hope no one notices? If anyone knows if that was a real language, let me know, I'm curious. Yay! Come on, Aqualad! This is what I wanted. On land, because he did very well underwater.
But didn't you tell me they weren't in your league?
Honestly, beat his ass after for that, because that's rude. Oh no, the Trunchbull. Lex looking mildly inconvenienced at his assassination attempt is very in character.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Hornets, hornets, can't be beat. Bzz, ting. Ow. Be sorry about this. Connor, no!
Dude, what are you gonna do? Beat them up for pouring water on someone?
Initiation ritual? Hello, Megan. That means I made the team. Thank you.
So, is that your boyfriend? Cause he's hot, but kind of a freak.
Yep. Also, why didn't they make Kree Summer voice Bumblebee?
You're carrying my books.
What, you want them to get wet?
But on TV, when a boy carries a book, it's Fun.
Not bad, lad. Better than your team did at Santa Prisca or Bialia. How did you? Let's just say I have an inside source.
Okay, so we're revealing the connection between all the missions. Yay! Come on, Aqualad. Yay! I love it. Fun.
Mercy.
Oh! Genuinely unexpected. I feel like a lot of the show, I'm like, you know, it's fun, but you get the flow of it. I did not expect the robot arm.
That technology is most impressive, Luthor.
We owe you our lives, sir.
Who cares about the two dudes who are just fighting and all this stuff?
Under his leadership, North and South Relasia are signing a treaty which could eventually lead to reunification.
They're like, we both want that robot arm.
I heard what Sportsmaster said. Do you really think there's a mole on your team feeding him intel?
I cannot rule out the possibility. I will investigate, quietly.
Not
I mean,
I do not want the unit unraveling over baseless suspicions.
There's two interpretations. The obvious one is the mole, but also just that all of those missions were...
One moment, my friend. Tonight,
words.
You could have called Green Arrow for help, or the Justice League.
All of those missions were connected, and the people connecting them just were like, hey, the Young Justice team were messing with us. They need to remember the second possibility.
But if you need me, I'll be there.
Aw, Speedy. You acted like a mature 19-year-old.
Unification of Ralasia under LexCorp's political and economic
Raish, I assume.
guidance is a success.
And thus,
Yep.
the corner of the world sees the light.
Oh! So we've got like 3 members of the Light so far. Also, what I said when I was like, there definitely is going to be some like big reveal about like who exactly is on the board. Because, hey, this random queen with amazing cape sleeves is not like a sufficiently exciting one for the audience as far as like we don't know her. So there's no like, ooh, who's that? Lex Luthor and Ra's al Ghul. That's fun. Who's the French guy? This is getting interesting. All right, okay, I'm liking this. Okay, so Speedy has matured a little. He's gotten over his superiority complex because he's like 2 years older than the rest of the team. He's, you know, realizing he needs to be able to work together. So that's good. I'm curious if it's gonna lead to him like actually joining the team, but it seems like regardless, he definitely wants to be solo. So I don't think so. It's just we're probably gonna get more of these little like, I need more than, you know, I need some help. Let me bring in backup. Why does Superboy have to go to school? Despite the fact that he's deeply lacking in socialization, so I guess we can argue that that is a solid reason to send him there. He destroyed some bleachers over a prank. So I feel like maybe we should get to the point where he can communicate successfully with the team before exposing him to random, unpowered, like completely innocent other teenage, you know, people. I forgot the term teenagers, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if he's necessarily ready for school yet. That's a choice. It's a choice. He finally has a name, and his name is Connor because it's Megan's favorite name. And of course her favorite name is Connor. Might as well be Kyle. If anyone in the comments is named Kyle. Sorry. Or Connor, I guess. One thing I did want a name, and we got a name. Is it a lame name? Yes. Green Martian Manhunter being like, Kent. Oh, Dr. Fate, sure, that's why. That was funny. I appreciate that. It's very sly little sense of humor there. Also, though, very disrespectful to Superman. Like, Clark has made it so clear how uncomfortable he is with the whole Superboy situation, and then you go and give him his name. Like, I'm tickled by it, but if I was Superman, I'd throw a single punch. Like, obviously not full powered, but like a little one, because that's rude. That's disrespectful. We're gonna have some beef at the water cooler for like a little bit of time. Cheshire still slaps. I'm happy we get to see more of her. She's cool, she's smirky, she's snarky. I'm very, like, I love that type of assassin character, so I'm happy we get to see more of her. I'm happy we're getting to see like recurring villains, because, you know, characters are more interesting when they have time to develop over seasons. We got to see Sportsmaster again, who is not Guardian. He has a gimmick and he's sticking to it, so let's, you know, that's fine. I just can't take the javelin seriously. I keep making jokes about, oh, you're gonna run out of arrows eventually. A javelin, bro? Like, okay. Like, I got a javelin, I got a shot put, I got a pole vault. Is the pole vault also a javelin? Are they weighted differently? I feel like they're different things, so you can't really just use them interchangeably. How much does he weigh? Don't you need like a running start? Aren't also they're like 9 feet long? Anyway, that's all besides the point, but I can't help it because it makes me laugh. Bumblebee. We're definitely getting Bumblebee in this at some point, and that is awesome. And she's probably gonna name herself after her cheerleading team. I don't know if that's comic book canon. I don't like know her in previous DC animated shows mostly, so she kind of already had the name, but sure, why not? Like, they all name themselves after whatever is close and convenient, so why not be? Why not be because you're a cheerleader? Aqualad got to fight and look really cool and just like kick some ass. That's exactly what I've been looking for. It's interesting because I've talked not just about him wanting to kick ass, but wanting to really see him like succeed as a team leader strategy-wise, because we saw with the Bane episode that he had a plan and they followed the plan and everything worked, and that's great. But then since then, we've still kind of had to deal with them being pretty separated, pretty kind of doing their own thing that sometimes aligns with other members of the team. And so now we see him, you know, redeveloping that connection with Speedy, which is nice. But again, I want to see him like really run a mission. Like that, even if that never happens again, just I want one mission where it's like, yeah, team, drop zone, something like that. Aqualad comes up with a plan, they do the plan, something goes wrong, because of course it does, and we pull it back together. Like, that's just brilliant. I feel like what's gonna happen is the first time he's like really, really comfortable, something's gonna go wrong, and then Robin is gonna have to save the day because they're gonna circle back to the like, oh, Robin has the most field experience, and I'm gonna be mad. I feel it in my bones. I feel something that's gonna happen, and it's gonna irritate me. But until that day, I'm happy that they're giving me what I want, which is more Aqualad and him being a good fighter. I did not mind the Kid Flashless episode. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was kind of peaceful. There was only one person perving out this episode, and it was McGann. Oh, girl. No Kid Flash, no Robin, no Artemis. So Artemis next episode, or is that too many Archers back to back? I feel like we're up on an Artemis episode. And Cheshire was like, oh, where's Archer girl? Archer, yeah, that's what I meant, which is a crazy slip of the tongue for a professional assassin, but I want to know what the depth of their relationship is. They have some kind of visual similarity as far as the way they're drawn, specifically in their eyes, so I could buy them as sisters. Cheshire grew up like in the League of Shadows, and she's like, yeah, that's daddy, but like, you know, we're cool, this is how I was raised, this is who I am. And then you have maybe Artemis, who her mom is a regular person, so like her dad's in the League of Shadows, aka possibly Ra's al Ghul, but I feel like that's really, I mean, it would, I think, make sense for the show, but it could just be a member of the League of Shadows, and it's like, oh, I'm half civilian, basically, and I want to be with my mother and be a normal person, but I can't because my dad is terrible. And honestly, the dad trying to get her to assassinate her own boyfriend / setting her up in situations where she killed people does sound like something Ra's al Ghul would do. So leading credence to that theory. I don't know if I want to put a pin on that theory, but it seems plausible. So Artemis episode next, please, maybe? I actually kind of wouldn't mind a Robin episode either. I feel like so much of Robin is pop cultural knowledge at this point. Like, you don't necessarily, which I'm sure is very annoying to the hardcore fans, I'm sorry, but there's so much of it where you're like, oh, I watched this show when I was a kid, I watched that show, I heard about it, I watched, you know, freaking George Clooney, Batman and Robin, and you're getting all these different versions of Robin, so I'm kind of curious to see, like, this particular version, this iteration of Dick Grayson, how does he differ from other animated or live action, you know, versions of himself? How does he, because we've seen him as Robin, so I'm very curious to see him as Dick Grayson, and not just, kind of explore further what we saw in the last, was it the last episode? I'm forgetting. Yeah, what we saw further, I think, in the last episode when we had Batman be like, oh, you're upset. Hey, let's play horse. Like, let's have a little one-on-one moment. And how does he process that? Are we going to get a little bit of backstory? We haven't officially gotten his name, actually. We saw it in the trophy case, but I think it would be fun to see a little bit more Robin as well. Ooh, I don't know. I'm trying not to look at the thumbnail, so I don't know what the next episode is about. But I'm going to double down on Artemis again, and then maybe wild card say Robin. Maybe. Because I actually don't want to follow Megan and Connor to high school again. I don't care. I only care if it's involving Bumblebee, and then so like cheerleading practice for Bumblebee reasons, and then back to another character. That's my ideal episode. Okay, I think that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching and liking and commenting and subscribing if you want to do that. If you don't want to do that, but you've watched all the way to the end of this video, thank you. I still really appreciate you. You can follow me on the Bird app at Leah Sees Movies, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.